Good evening, friends. I'm Salil Ramesh Chandra speaking. Today I'm bringing a topic on NA tax. I've been working for reforms for a long time. Particularly, I have worked on the reforms on land reforms, that is, making the lands freehold. Earlier, I had worked with police reforms. So now the government has started charging NA tax. And in regard to that, I wanted to speak. I wanted to inform. Already some articles I have written and let us go step by step on this uh, NA tax. NA tax basically there is a some historical background. It is a very age-old tax, the oldest tax you can say. In fact, Jesus Christ said, "Pay the tax collector his due, for his wretchedness is his misery." So you can understand the tax collector that he referred to was basically people who were in the agricultural activity and they were taxed on the agricultural produce, and that's what he was referring to. And this is the oldest tax. Then, but after, say the Britishers when they came, they brought in a different tax, which is called what we call the NA tax. In the Bombay Land Revenue Code in 1879, they brought in what is called agricultural tax, residential tax, industrial and commercial tax. So NA tax was first introduced by the British government in 1879. Now the question comes is whether NA tax is a legitimate tax, whether it is having any legal status or uh, whether it is wrong or whether it is correct or whether it is immoral or legal. The issues, of course, are whether it is illegal. NA tax is not, as per my opinion, not a illegal tax. It is there in the High Court. Say there are various judgments on the High Court you can see. And because recently it has not been charged from 2006, there are very few judgments uh, of a recent nature. But if you go 100 years to 50 years, there have been various judgments of by the High Court, and I don't think it is easy or it is difficult to challenge this judgment. The only difference is that it can be challenged under Article 14, where at some lands that it is charged, and some lands it is not charged. So government we can speak to the government or in the courts that this is violating this is a discriminatory tax, and we can get some stay on that till the government clarifies its position. So let us come to the current situation. In 2006, the Maharashtra government revised the NA tax and sent notices to the societies and landholders. Since it was unpopular, it was stayed up by the then government. The government has recently lifted the tax and started sending notices on NA tax. The revised rates are much higher compared to the earlier nominal ones. This GR came in 2018, and the GR basically says that they will charge 0.05% of the tax as NA tax. So the GR dated 5th February 2018 says that 0.05% of the ready reckoner rate will be charged as NA tax. Secondly, the tax will be revised every 5 years, starting from 2006. So, for example, if it starts from 2006, the ready reckoner rate of 2006 is taken over, and from 2006 to 2011, for 5 years, the ready reckoner rate into 0.05% into the area of the land is given, and that would be the amount that the landholder has to pay. Then from 2011 to 2016, the rate of 2011 ready reckoner rate will be charged. And for the period 2016 to 2021, the RR rate of 2016 will be charged. So, and so supposing if there is from 2021 to 2025 or 26, then the RR rate of 2021 will be charged. And then it will be held constant for 5 years. And then there is an increase after the 5 years. The notices for NA sent for the notices presently the notices are sent for 15 years from 2006 to 2021. That is, the tax has not been levied for 15 years, so they have charge for 15 years. But at what rate? At the rate of 2006, RR rate of 2006. So the ready reckoner rate of 2006 is taken into 15 into the land area and into 0.05%. So this is the calculation. So what happens for the other 10 years balance? Like for example, they have charged at one standard rate. It is possible that for this bill will be interim bill. The bills that have been sent recently for the 15 years may be an interim bill, because then the government will ask at a later date, a separate notice will be sent for NA tax, where 2011 will be taken as the base, and from 2011 to 2016 the calculation will be done, and from 2016 to 2021 on the basis of the RR rate of 16 the calculation will be done, and this amount will be higher than what it will be charged now. So this, there is a part payment that the government has asked for. Another part payment will come, which will be almost double than what has been asked now. So supposing somebody has got 1.5 lakh rupees as the bill now, as the NA tax now. At a subsequent date, he may get around 3 lakh rupees as the the next payment, and payment to be done. So I have given one example. Say for example, 2000 square meters is the rate. RR rate in 2006 is 25,000 rupees. RR rate of 2011 is 50,000 rupees. RR rate of 2016 is 1,25,000 rupees per square meter. So supposing if you do for the 15 years, the calculation will be 3,75,000 on the basis of the RR rate of 2006. But if the final payment is done when from 2011 to 2021, the balance payment is demanded minus the payment already done, the final demand will come to 8,50,000 rupees. Plus every year you have to pay henceforth minimum 1,25,000 rupees as the ready reckoner, as the NA tax. So this is what the whole taxation is all about. This is how it will be charged. Now, I have already spoken about the legitimacy of the tax. So we cannot say, my personal opinion is that this tax cannot be said to be illegal or something like that. It may be discriminatory, and it can, on the basis of it, the government may be asked to make a equality, brought in equality, because Article 14 is basically about right of equality. So we can ask the government to make it more equitable. But my personal opinion is that this tax cannot be challenged in the High Court. So what is the better method of asking the government to make it more reasonable? The tax is presently at a very high level, and we can ask the government to make it a more reasonable tax. So I come to the reforms part. There is, say, the government has over a period of time had committees for administrative reforms. They have done a lot of work, a lot of time and money has been spent, and they have come out with various reforms. And for NA tax also they have come out with a reform. So what has the say? So what is the reform on the NA tax? There is an institute in Pune called YESDA, which is basically a training and research institute for Government of Maharashtra, and it compiled various administrative reforms that have been, government administrative reforms that the government has accumulated. And these reforms, they have made compilation and made a final report. What it has said: lowering the tax for non-agricultural assessment for residential users will be widely welcomed by the urban middle class, while those whose sites were not hitherto unassessed will not resent the imposition of nominal rent. So that is one aspect of it. The second thing that they said was that since the fundamental criterion adopted in the said proposals is to distinguish between a user who yields a income, commercial, industrial, from a user who does not, residential, charitable, educational, etc. Measures based on such a rationale will find ready acceptance in all the quarters. Now, what the suggestion is in this whole the administrative reforms is that those lands where there is no income, people are staying, like residential, charitable, and educational institutes, are basically not earning any income. They should be charged at a much lower rate, and those which are yielding income, like commercial and industrial, should be charged a different rate. Now, what is happening is the charitable organizations are paying a lease rent of 0.01% of the 1995 ready reckoner rate as per the GR dated 10/1/2019. Now, this is almost one-fifth of what the government has implemented in the GR of 2018. So, if supposing the government reduces by one-fifth, then it will be a much reasonable tax and people will pay happily. Presently, the tax is very high, and if they make it a reasonable tax of 0.01%, I think the resistance and the problems that the government will have on this tax will go away. What are the, say, apart from that, there are some additional reforms I am suggesting. What are the additional reforms? They say the lands are of various nature. Over a period of time, say before the Britishers, during the Britishers, the land tenures, they have made various land tenures. And these tenures have created a lot of complexities. Freehold land, restricted tenure lands, lease lands. The government should make all lands as freehold lands. There should be no discrimination among lands. What happens is once there is a discrimination among lands, it also brings in a discrimination on the individuals who stay on those lands. So they find much more difficult to sell or purchase property or flats in those lands. Then there is a problem of redevelopment. Again, they face a lot of problems while doing redevelopment. And then there are various compliances, and there are various rules that have been made, and which complicates the matter much further for these landholders. So one simple straightforward method would be to make all lands freehold. The government can charge a nominal amount for that, but make the lands freehold. Secondly, the problem faced by this by people is that there is a multiple taxation. So, for example, apart on the land, basically there is a stamp duty. Like for example, a flat is sold, you have stamp duty. Then you have got registration charges. Then you have got this NA tax now. Then the lease rental has to be paid. When the building is being developed, then there are various charges like TDR, development charges. Apart from that, property tax is also to be paid on the land. So these are all the charges that are based on the land itself. Now this is a multiple taxation and it creates much more complexity. Say people, the government or anybody, no government, the government of Maharashtra has not looked at how the lands are taxed and what are the implications on this tax on the people of India, of Maharashtra. Say for example, payment of TDR and development charges are not towards any transaction. Say for example, like for stamp duty, one has to go to the stamp of if there is a sale and purchase transaction that takes place. Now in this case, there is no sale and transaction that is happening when a building is being built. What is happening is plainly the developer or the society approaches the municipality for some clearances. Then the municipality says, okay, you have to pay this tax. There is no purchase, there is no sale, but then there is some payment to be made, and this makes building activity very difficult. The government should have no tax while for the building activity. The only tax they should have is the stamp duty when the sale or purchase of the land or flat takes place. This will make life easier for all landholders for redevelopment and for so NA tax, property tax, and stamp duty, these should be the principal levies that the government should charge, and no tax should be levied on the building activity. We say that roti, kapda, and makan are the basic necessities of human life. But due to various taxes, making a house is the most difficult. That is is the most difficult thing that people face. They cannot build a house today because of the various rules, regulations, and that is the reason why we have so many slums. We'll now come to the summary part of it. Maharashtra government wants to increase its revenue since they are in heavy debt. The recent COVID pandemic has only exacerbated the problems. One can understand this, but the government has to look at its expenditure also. It cannot be just saying that okay, we'll have this income, that income, and all that. If there is a problem for the government that it is falling, the money is not sufficient, then it has to curb its expenditure also. Half the receipts that the government gets, that is the revenue that it gets, is given away as salaries to the employees. The various pay commissions are bleeding the government, and then citizens are not getting very good services. There are a lot of problems citizens still face. The rules are made so difficult that citizens find it very difficult to exist itself. Every time they have to go for anything, they have to go to many times and then some work is done and all that. Then the government puts in various rules and conditions. That also makes their life very difficult. Coming to the second summary part, land rates have grown exponentially, whereas the incomes of citizens have not grown so fast. If any tax has to be based on RR rate, then the premium should be much lower than it should be, which is now prescribed in the GR. The government should have a review and look afresh at the NA tax for residential purpose and bring it at par with those with what is being charged for charitable institutions as rent, that is 0.01% of the RR rate of the year 1995. I think that is what I wanted to put across on the NA tax. Thank you. Have a good day.